G'day friends and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm coming to you from beautiful North Sydney Oval. It's a beautiful park with lots of sporting amenities. Now today's vlog is all about sport, specifically a particular sport that I used to love so much called the NRL. And it's disappointed me, it's breaking my heart, and let me tell you why, so stick around. And welcome back. Now let me tell you a little story. When I arrived in Australia in 1978 and I was only 8 years old, after my parents decided to immigrate from Chile in South America, I came to this new country, had no friends, had a new school to go to, and didn't even speak the language. So it was a great adjustment period that I had to actually make when I came to this country, and I am so thankful that my parents brought me here. But like any other child, we all have an adjustment period. Now, when I was at school, I was trying to make friends, and what I realized very quickly on is that a lot of the kids that I wanted to hang around with were playing a particular card game. Now, this card game had pictures of football players or rugby league players, and it was very common. So it's practically like Snap in the actual playground. So I told my mom when I got home that I wanted some of those cards so I can actually play with the kids in the playground, so I can, obviously have something in common with them. So Mom was a great lady, she obliged, she bought me a pack of cards. So the next day I was very excited. I wanted to try out my luck, and it was a competitive game. So the purpose of the game is that you put one card on top of another, and when the two teams, the teams match on the opposing sides, the person that does the snap or puts the card on top wins. It's a very simple game. Anyway, I was very pleased with my cards, so what I did is I made a rookie mistake, and I put all my cards together in team order. So anyway, as I was playing and I was sort of bringing out my cards, I would lose every time because there was no randomity in my deck. So anyway, I lost that particular game very badly, but I also lost all my cards. Anyway, the guy that I played with, he felt very sorry for me, and so he decided to actually give me my cards back. And I was so happy because I thought that was going to be the end of my playground games. And so the only condition that he gave me is I had to tell him who my favorite team was. And I really didn't know. I didn't have a favorite team at the time. So I looked through the cards, and the first thing I noticed was there was a tiger, was the mascot of one of the teams. So the first one I said, I like the Tigers because obviously they're tough. And he was very upset with me. So obviously we were locals of another team, and so he very quickly pointed at me and said, no, you are not a Tigers fan, you are a Bulldogs fan. And so I guess I was intimidated into supporting the Bulldogs, but I've been a Bulldogs fan ever since for that reason. So there's an affinity with this game, NRL. I love it because obviously it brought me together with people that I had very little in common with, and it helped me to adjust as a child when it was very difficult. And once I realized there was a bigger game behind these playing cards, these footy cards as we used to call them, then it just became a social event. So in footy season, I'll go with all my school friends and we'll go and watch the game. Actually, we'll end up playing the game on the hill, grassy hill that was present in all of the old stadiums like this one, and we'd have a great time. Obviously, sometimes our team would win and sometimes our team wouldn't win. But times have changed. I'm all grown up now. I do love the game, or I thought I did, up until recently. Now, I'm a grown-up man, like I said, and I'm a parent. I actually have children, boys and a girl. And some of the things that have been happening at the NRL, especially with the disrespect of women and how women are portrayed by the all-male code, which NRL is, anyway, at least at the Premier League, is truly disgusting to me, and it is disappointing, and it really breaks my heart. As an Australian immigrant, as someone that loves Sydney and loves New South Wales and used to love rugby league as much as I did, to hear these stories not just once or twice, not just to 1 year or 2 years, but over decades, is really, really heartbreaking. I've made the decision because of all the bad press and about the lack of management from the NRL code, to stop following NRL altogether. And I feel so passionate about this that I thought I'd make this video, and I know to people watching somewhere else in the world, this doesn't really make sense because NRL is a very local rugby competition. But I'm sure that you also follow teams and sports, and if something like this happened to your team or happened to your sports code, and that governing body for that sports code did not do anything to correct the problem or address the problem, or even, put a long-term plan on how to fix it, and then maintain that those policies and rules are maintained, well, then you would be disappointed just as much as I am. So this video was really, I guess, an affirmation from my part. I want to put it out there that I am one of those maybe millions of fans of this code that is extremely disappointed about the way that the code has been managed and mismanaged is the word that I'm looking for, and how over the years it really has not progressed. We are still that rudimentary sports code that should have been professionalized a long time ago. It is an exciting game. It is a very confrontational game with a lot of action and a lot of passion. The players give it the 200% every time they get on their field. And I know these misdemeanors are player, generated. The players are the ones doing this. But the people managing the NRL are the ones that are not looking for the right players. They're not managing the existing players, and not really doing what I think a lucrative code should be doing as far as building that community. Because sport is about community. It's not about, one team beat another. It's about having something we can chat about over the barbecue, and having something that we can sort of include our kids into it, so they can also participate in the same like-minded activities that, our parents, put onto us. So I'm sad, disappointed, and like I said, a little bit heartbroken, because now I'm going to have to put my hand on my heart and do what I say, So NRL, as far as I'm concerned, is finished, from my household, from me. And I wish that all the other fans are also vocal about this. I'm hoping that if you want to keep NRL alive, that you actually, put your voice out there and let them know that we're going to vote with our feet. We're going to go to another code. We're going to go to, something totally different to what we love today. And only the NRL, the players, they're all going to miss out. They're all going to miss out, but I think the people that are going to miss out the most is the community that's been built around this code. So hopefully, for you out there that are still going to follow this code, the change does happen. Because for me, I'm calling it quits. So that's it, guys. That's my Friday rant. Like I said, I'm very passionate about this particular topic. and hopefully something changes for those people that are going to support this code in the future. So thank you very much. Ciao for now.